Morning. Excuse me. Sorry, my script here. Good morning. Today is Tuesday, September 2nd, 2025. It's 7:30 a.m. in the council chambers at City Hall, 1123 West Lake Street, Sandpoint, Idaho. And this is a regular monthly meeting of the Sandpoint Urban Renewal Agency Board of Commissioners. For the record, I'm Chairman Eric Paul, presiding. The president are Commissioners Marilyn Sabella, Ken Perry, Ned Brandenberger, and Jason Walker. Please note that Vice Chair Tom McCoy is not in attendance. First item on the agenda is approval of the minutes of our August 5th, 2025 meeting. I'll entertain a motion to approve the minutes as presented. Motion? Moved. Commissioner Perry? Second. Commissioner Walker? Is there any discussion? In favor? Opposed? Motion passes and minutes are approved. Anyone from the public in attendance?
No, there's not.
Thanks, Haley. We will now move on to general reports and announcements. Do commissioners have any questions regarding this month's financial report provided in the meeting packet? Hearing none, we'll move on to the next item. Project Manager Eric Bush is not here, but we have Public Works Director Holly Ellis in attendance.
Available here if there are mostly any questions. Eric Bush, our project manager, provided a report for you all, an update on our downtown phase 3 revitalization project. So we are continuing our downtown project, picking up where we left off on phases 1 and 2, and continue our revitalization from Bridge and First down as far south as we can go. So wider sidewalks, reconstructing the road, undergrounding our power lines and our overhead utilities. We're hoping that we can get improvements at least to Lake Street is our hope, 2 full blocks of reconstruction, and then stretch the rest of those dollars as far south as possible, right to the Sura limits, which is just north of Superior. Right now we have, to kick this effort off, an RFQ out, request for qualifications. It's out to the engineer firms to see which engineer firms are interested in working with us, who's qualified. So our next steps will be to engage the engineering firm. So we'll come back to you in the form of a contract to formally engage an engineering firm so we select the most qualified. And we'll also be, for this project, it's quite a large project, starting an advisory committee. Our intent is to pool committee members from our advisory members from our existing committees. So we would envision that there would be 1 member for representing from Sura, as well as our other commissions like the urban forestry, pet bike. Some more to come on that. I think that'll be an action item for you all to select an advisory to represent Sura on that board. Is the update. There's going to be a lot more updates to come once this project kicks off and we have an engineer on board. We'll move.
So a question for you, Holly, is the previous engineers, where there's consistency in all those? Was it like we did what, Cedar, part of first, twice, second? Did we have the same engineers on those projects?
Century West was involved both times. So was HMH Engineering. We saw both engineering firms. We did a pre-solicitation tour for engineers to come and walk through. Both of those engineering firms attended.
Okay.
They'll have history, so that's going to make their proposals much stronger, very likely.
Okay. Can that help drive the cost down a little bit because you're duplicating what's been done 2 or 3 times?
There's absolutely efficiency there.
So
Have that experience and they've worked through the issues.
This advisory committee you're talking about, did you do that in phases 1 and 2?
There was a formal advisory committee, but I know there were many meetings. There's a lot of workshops that happened. I don't know if there was a particular dedicated advisory committee that.
I don't think we were asked.
I don't recall doing that. What's the value add to doing that? Just curious.
Hoping that it helps because we have a kind of an aggressive schedule. We're hoping that bringing all the interested parties on board early, keeping them engaged, can just help reduce any hiccups. We've had challenges in the past when we present a project to a committee and there's a last minute comment that they have that tweaks and changes things. We want to get feedback early so that we're not making changes. So bringing the community and the right representatives.
And Mr. Chair, we do have Mayor Grimm asking to speak on this as well.
Okay, once Holly's done.
Sure.
Did that answer your question?
Yep. That sounds like a good idea.
Thanks. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can, Jeremy. Good morning.
Good morning. Just getting ready for the first day of school, so sorry I'm not there in person. Yeah, Kendon, good question. I just want to make sure that we have a very broad representation of both the business community, the community members who are passionate about certain issues, and all those folks coming together to provide guidance as we both work through and select this engineering firm, engineering planning in all reality. So I just want to make sure I'm reaching out and those people are available. The one thing I'm concerned about is that we'll hear the vocal minority come out and dominate and direct a project, and that's something I want to avoid.
Anything else on the project, Holly?
That's all I've got.
Okay.
All right. If you have any questions, please.
I think
I have a question. We engage in design or for phase 3. Are we considering designing further beyond what we know we can afford to construct this year so that we have designs for the final phase or future improvements around the corner to Superior?
So within our that is to design to a budget. So looking at the remaining available funds and then designing what that amount can accomplish or what we hope it can accomplish. In addition, we're looking at improvements at the roundabout at First and Superior. That would be outside of SUR's boundary. But there's a lot of efficiencies getting that design with the same contract engineer. Beyond that roundabout area, continuing on to Superior, we've not looked at providing those documents. We could, of course, engage the engineer once we see where their pricing comes in for the engineering effort. We can make that decision on if we want to add any scope, because there is a lot of value in adding a holistic approach and carrying that design effort through Superior.
And those costs will be excluded from our portion, just like Great Northern.
Yes, they would have to be.
Yeah.
We can only use the SUR dollars in the SUR boundary, of course. The other thing we're looking at is a community block grant to help support this project. So where the SUR boundary ends, looking at grant opportunities to stretch those dollars further to the south and around to Superior for design efforts and construction.
Anything else? Perfect. With no further business on the agenda, the meeting is adjourned at 7:38 a.m.